I'm telling you, you strong as a motherfucker. I couldn't imagine, bro, but you been holding it down, bro. And I know this shit about to be bothering, but stay strong, bro. Goddamn, do not fold. Goddamn, go ahead and goddamn in the business in the studio and whatnot, man. Make them hits, man. Goddamn, make a hit, man.
I'ma go hard till I'm out of breath, till I'm out of breath. Hard, yeah. Till ain't nobody left, nigga. I'ma go hard, yeah. I'ma give my best, ain't no giving less. Hard, and it's to the death, yeah, that's to the death. Hard. By this time, I landed my first 2 magazine covers. The first one being digital. This Swerv Magazine cover was the first physical magazine spread I'd done. I remember everyone telling me how they seen it around the city. This was the coolest shit ever. During the pandemic, I began to really focus on my vinyl collection. I had gotten my very first one as a gift when I was a senior in high school, and I slowly added to the collection throughout college. But I finally had an actual record player now, and all I wanted to do was fill my vinyl crate. This collection is to be continued.
China, calm down, baby girl. It's okay. It's a good happy party. Hey.
That's right, happy.
Probably the best thing that happened to me during this crazy ass year of 2020 was getting my first dog. I named him Javï. Just look at him.
I am so high.
A couple months after COVID hit, on top of being terrified and locked down from the virus, the country was once again at a state of unrest as George Floyd was murdered by police officers sworn in to protect and serve. The domino effect of the George Floyd killing might have been unprecedented. In a world and country where we were on strict lockdown restrictions, we were also hurting once again. Y'all can spark up or whatever. I've been working on my... This ultimately brought me back to my music. Higher was a song I did back in 2018, around the time I started recording for D-Money. The album had more soulful sonic influences before I decided to make it a more cohesive rap trap project. In the midst of everything going on, I went back in the studio and returned back to that record. I added some new vocals, made some tweaks, and added a whole new verse at the end, one that was unlike any verse I had written before. I wanted to be intentional and highlight and celebrate Black LGBT men that have done great things in the world in their respective industries. You can be cool like Lil Nas, or fly like Damez. You can croon like Frank, or write like James. You can report like Don and be as abstract as Kevin. Just remember, never let nobody hinder your expression. The song now had multiple layers, multiple meanings. It was a celebration of life, of self, of being black, of loving who I love, of being proud. It was me telling myself I don't have to conform to any standards or place myself in any spaces that require a portion version of me.
You know, I was thinking about partying in Vegas. I'm always down for that.
That summer, I took a random trip to Orlando to visit one of my best friends, Carlos. We stopped by Pulse nightclub, the LGBT club that was shot up in June 2016 that left 49 people dead and 53 more wounded.
They shooting our clubs, niggas thinking we deserve it cause of who we love. Shit, I'm thinking all of y'all can really kiss my ass.
It was my first time there, 4 years later, and the energy was so heavy, it brought me to tears. Rest in peace to the beautiful souls that were taken from the earth on that tragic night. Your legacies will live on forever. While I was in Orlando, I got some pretty big news. I was asked to be a part of Out Magazine's Covetic June Pride issue earlier in the year, and I did some interview questions and all of that, but I thought I was just gonna be featured in the magazine, you know what I'm saying? I woke up that Thursday morning in Orlando and found out that not only was I being featured in the issue, I made the fucking cover. Yo! Remember that shoot I did on episode 7 for Pull Up? Well, they love those images so much, they got picked up for the spread. Out Magazine is a global publication. This was definitely the biggest thing that happened in my career thus far. I remember getting hit up from people from all over the world telling me how they found the issue, read my story, and listened to my music. They were even selling the shit on eBay. This was my first official write-up in a global publication, and it was so dope to read.
Big move, I'm a big move, yeah. And I'm gon' do what I want to. Yeah.
This ultimately brought me back to my music.
Hey, can I take your order?
Yeah, let me get a slap. After feeling so down and discouraged for the greater part of the year after D-Money released right before COVID, the Out cover really gave me the push I needed to get back in the studio and keep going. I wrote and recorded Ate That and introduced a new alias, Coverboy Damez. We were living in some dark and uncertain times. I know I needed to have some fun, and I felt like the rest of the world did too. So I set out to record a bunch of songs with a similar vibe. Little did I know, that project wouldn't see the light of day until the next summer. I released Ate That and performed it at a club during Labor Day weekend.
Look how I ate that. So fine, niggas wanna imitate that. Look how I ate that. Things poppin' now, niggas can't take that.
For the Ate That single cover, I decided to eat a burger. Because why not?
Don't choke.
I'm in a foreign that look like a rental. Asking these niggas, it's not accidental. I'm still the main one that y'all love to copy. I stay in Versace, that shit fundamental. Talk to me nice and you better be gentle. I'm finna spaz on this new instrumental. Call me your twin, but we don't resemble. I'm about to make niggas retreat and assemble.
Check out the double rainbow, guys. Double rainbow. The whole rainbow.
Jazz, Kiki Wine said, what's up with the braids? She said, what's up with the braids? You know what I'm saying?
I was asked to be a part of Atlanta Magazine's October issue, where they were highlighting different LGBT figures in the city from different industries. I shot with Christian Cody, a celebrity photographer I've admired and wanted to work with for years.
Definitely. Now that we finally met, I'm definitely gonna have to shoot my next.
Yeah, we're filming. Do you, are you Atlanta based?
Yes.
Okay, cool. There we go. Nice. Yep, perfect.
Look how I ate that. So fine, niggas wanna imitate that. Look how I ate that. Things poppin' now, niggas can't take that. Look how I ate that. First place and you gotta embrace that. So cold, wrist so frozen. Walk straight in, nigga.
This was my third physical magazine cover and fourth cover overall.
Whoa,
I was officially a cover boy.
I'm making a mag. Look how I ate that. Wouldn't be all in my diet. Look how I ate that. Yeah, bro, niggas be quiet. Me and my niggas, we posted in bib. Standing on couches, we smoked through a zip. We was lit way before we left the whip. Y'all niggas got too much dip on your chip. Like, damn, where you been at, huh? Fuck these niggas thinking. He asked me how I'm doing. He ain't asked me what I'm drinking. Bye. Know how I'm coming, it ain't never no letdown. Walked in and that nigga had a meltdown. Put on their necks, but it protects. We getting live, your bitch in my sex. Running through bitches.